Hi all. Today we will prove an important theorem. In this theorem, we will show that the matrix relative to suppose T is a linear transformation from finite dimensional vector spaces V to W, and I assume this the dimension of this V is n and dimension of W is m. And if we choose an ordered basis B from V and B prime from this W, then you can define the matrix corresponding to T relative to these bases. Then if we have these bases, you can consider the dual space corresponding to V and W. That means this W star is a dual space for W. That consists of all linear functionals on W to this V star. We know that T transpose is a linear transformation from W star to V star. Then if you set two bases for W star and V star, say B star and B, this is B prime star and this is B star. If you set this these bases, ordered bases, you can consider the matrix of T transpose relative to B prime star and B star. Okay, so if you define such matrices corresponding to this T and T transpose, you can equate this with an interesting manner. If this is A and this is B, then you can connect it with the equation Bij is nothing but Aj. Okay, so this is the relation between the matrices of linear transformation and its transpose of that linear transformation. So we will prove this by setting B is equal to the vectors alpha 1 etc alpha n, and B prime consists of the vectors beta 1 etc beta m. So corresponding to these two, you can define two dual bases. One as B star. B star consists of the functions f1, f2, etc. fn. We already discussed what is the definition of this fi. Fi of alpha j is delta ij. Similarly, you can define the dual basis for B prime, that consists of G1, G2, etc. Gm, and this gi's are defined by gi of beta j, that is delta ij again. So what is the relation or how do you find the matrix of T related to B prime? So that is defined by T alpha j is equal to summation I equal to 1 to m, this is a I j beta I, or equivalently you can write this is summation k equal to 1 to m a k j beta k. So these are same, and similarly you can define the matrix of T transpose, T transpose of Gi. So this alpha j are the elements of this basis, and that is the basis of the domain. And similarly, T transpose is defined. The matrix of T transpose is defined by T transpose G j. Again, this is Gj. That is this Gj forms a basis for W star. Is nothing but summation I equal to 1 to n b I j f I. So this is the definition of this Aij and Bij. But we know that if you have any linear functional f, then f takes the form CIFI. Okay, C1 F1 plus C2 F2 plus etc. Cn Fn. Because if f belongs to V star, then V star has this basis. Therefore, that f can be written in this manner. Okay, summation this CIFI. But this Ci can be obtained by f of alpha. F of alpha, Fi. We already discussed this in the section of dual basis. So any f can be written as summation f of alpha times Fi. So in particular, you can write this T transpose Gj as summation Ci Fi. So this can be written as this T transpose Gi is an element of in fact this T transpose Gi belongs to V star. So and this Fi's are the basis elements. So we can write it as summation T transpose Gi of uh, T transpose Gi, I varies from 1 to n, T transpose Gi of alpha G. Okay, alpha, this is the definition alpha I, so this is of alpha I. So from this, you can easily evaluate this T transpose G, this is Gj, I'll write it as T transpose Gj of alpha I, that is equal, that is obtained using this argument. T transpose Gj of alpha is defined as Gj of this this Gj of T of alpha I. This is the definition. This is Gj of T of alpha is this summation k equal to 1 to m akj bk, that is sigma k equal to 1 to m akj bk, that is equal to summation k equal to 1 to m. This Gj is a linear functional, therefore this is akj Gj of bk. So that is Gj of bk is nothing but delta jk. So that can be written as delta jk, sigma k equal to 1 to m delta jk. When you expand this, you can write the first term is obtained by putting k is equal to 1. So that is k is equal to 1, and this aki, this is T alpha I, that's why I here. This is ai a1i delta j1 plus a2i delta j2 plus etc. So this survives only when this j coincides with this suffix. That means j and I are coincided. So that is obtained by then that term will be this a j I delta jj, okay, plus etc. So only the surviving term is this, and delta jj is 1, then this will be aji. So when you put this aji here, you can write it as this is our aji. So this shows that when you write this, this is T alpha, I'll write it as this is T, this is of this times fi. So this is the expression. So once you write this is our aji, we can write this as summation j equal to 1 to n aji fi. Okay, so this shows that T transpose Gj is nothing but summation j equal to 1 to n aji fi. Okay, which shows that this also represents the matrix of T transpose of T transpose. So we already denoted that the matrix of T transpose is nothing but Bij. So we can get that is same as Aji. So from this you can write Bij is same as Aji, because the matrix is the matrix representation of a linear transmission using the basis B and B prime is unique. Then you can get this Aj same as this Bij. So this shows that the matrix of T transpose and matrix of T are connected through this equation. And we will in the next session we will discuss the matrices with this property. Okay, Aij and Bij with the property that Bij is equal to Aji. This type of matrices are called transpose matrices. Okay, this matrix is defined as the transpose of the matrix Aij, that we have already. You might have seen the definition in the +2 classes itself. So this is the classical way of defining transpose of matrix. So that is the consequence of the transpose of linear transformation defined in this session.